Welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Mail Cole. I'm here with my partner Noah Copy. We have some topics to talk about today. The first of which being which NBA teams we like. Noah, what teams in the NBA do you like? Like name one in both
Well,
conferences.
I've been a Bulls fan for my whole life, so that's fun. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out with Jimmy Butler and the moves and D Wade and Rajon Rondo. And I also and another team I like in the West is Golden State because they're just so stacked right now. It's fun to watch. What about you?
Well, thing is about Golden State, I'm fairly certain that that last year was probably Steph Curry's best year. It's probably going to be his best year of his career. There is no way he's going to be matching the very lofty numbers he put up last year. I still like the Warriors. I still think they're going to go far, but I do think there may be better teams. Maybe maybe the Thunder could be a team to beat even after losing Durant. They got Oladipo, who's also a very good player. He's still in his prime, although he's coming a little bit of age. And the Spurs, they could still be the Spurs without Tim Duncan. They've got one of the best offenses in all of basketball. They also they also have a great defense. They know how to put up points. In the Eastern Conference, I still like the Cleveland Cavaliers because the chances are LeBron James is going to be resigning with Cleveland. And another team that I do like for the Eastern Conference is the Detroit Pistons. They've added Ish Smith and Boban Marjanovic to add height and depth and also point scoring to their roster. I believe that the Pistons could soon become a championship contender. I believe that they'll be a higher seed this year. I believe that they will at least make it past the first round. I also like the Toronto Raptors. They're just a very great team. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history last year. I think they're only going to get better. And even after losing Dwayne Wade, I also kind of like the Miami Heat. I mean, they've been pretty good consistently over the better part of a decade, but with the exception of 2015 when they missed the playoffs. But I guess we can just say that the Heat are probably going to be a contender as they, they are constantly a perennial contender. One team, however, that I have been surprised with in terms of how good they've been playing is the Utah Jazz. They have a great young offense. They narrowly missed the playoffs with the Houston Rockets, but I think the Utah Jazz can make a splash next year. I believe that, I believe Hayward and Favors could all make a huge splash, and I also think the addition of Paul George could also be great for the Jazz. It adds a young player. It adds a young player who can shoot, who can rebound, who can block. So the Jazz could be a team to beat next year. So they could be a surprise team.
All right. Second thought is baseball All Star game. So it's tonight. It's at 7:30. The best players in the game. I'm really looking forward to watching Cueto against Trout. Like what matchups are you?
Well, what I'm really looking forward to seeing is how. I mean, this All Star game is pretty much turned into a American League versus Cubs All Star game. The entire infield is Cubs. You got the first baseman being Anthony Rizzo, second baseman being Ben Zobrist, third baseman being Chris Bryant, shortstop being Addison Russell, and Jake Arrieta is probably he's not starting, but he probably is going to pitch. That's going to be very fun to see. I'm also looking forward to seeing how Chris Sale fares as the starter for the American League. I'm very happy for this opportunity for him. He didn't play. He did get selected last year, but he didn't play for the American League in last year's All Star game. But this time he's getting a chance to start for for what we for what probably is for a good reason. The best of the American League. This has a great showing for the city of Chicago as a whole. Also with the late addition of Jose Quintana, this is just a great showing for Chicago overall. Overall, that would be 8 players in the All-Star game. If you also include Todd Frazier, that'd be 9. And if you include injured Dexter Fowler, that'd be 10 voted in. Although Todd Frazier only got voted in for the, only got selected for the home run derby. But it's just a great showing for the city of Chicago. I believe that that both of our teams are getting much better. That the Cubs and the Sox could soon become like championship contenders, and maybe, just maybe, they could play each other in the World Series. I'm betting money that it's in the next 5 years, the Cubs and the White Sox will play each other in the World Series.
No,
It has
no.
it has happened before. In 1906, it happened, and I'm fairly confident it could happen again. So our last topic. Oh yeah, our last. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Neil Cole, and this is Noah. Good night.